Welcome to Location, Cabrini College's weekly news program. I'm Jenna Rose DiGiacomo.
And I'm Molly Fox. Here's your news now.
Quite the weather we've been having, especially after this past winter. And right when the temperatures start rising, we get hit with all that rain this past week. That was such a bummer. But the next weekend into next week is looking up. We're finally reaching highs of 50 with slight chances of rain. Could spring actually be here? Fingers crossed for just sunny, warm weather. Tweet us at Location News what you're most looking forward to this spring. I don't know about you, but a free cup of coffee at McDonald's surely is right down my alley. From now until April 13th, McDonald's will be giving out a small free McCafe coffee during McDonald's first ever coffee event. According to Greg Watson, Senior Vice President of McDonald's U.S. Menu Innovation, this is a great way for customers to try the coffee along with McDonald's breakfast lineup. Moda Del Vivo's third annual fashion show and clothing drive is happening this Friday, April 4th from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Dixon Center. The cost is as follows: $3 for students, $10 for VIP, and $5 for non-students. You may purchase tickets through the Seal office or from Eventbrite. Don't miss out on professional designers and vendors, plus redesigns from members of Moda. Live for fashion. And that was your trip around the block. So Nicholas, my dear, what's happening in sports this week?
Well, Jen Rose, I got an update on Deshaun Jackson, 76ers, March Madness, and one of Cabrini's very own is an All-American. So let me tell you all about it. We got the chance to catch up with senior women's basketball player and All-American honoree Brittany Sandone to talk about her award and her time playing here at Cabrini. Let's see what she had to say in our exclusive Location interview.
To be an All-American is an honor, and it's a dream come true. Anyone in any sport obviously would love to be an All-American. So I feel blessed, and if we didn't have such a great season, they wouldn't have even noticed me as an individual. This season as a whole, I think we were very successful as a team, and I think that it just shows how hard we worked, not just me as an individual, but as a team, not just in practices, but preseason and even the end of last season, we started right away. So we weren't looking ahead, no matter which team we played or which tournament we were in. We just made sure we took practice by game, practice by game.
Me obviously being her boyfriend and everything, I'm very proud of that award that she got. Each year I try to help her improve on her game somewhat, to help her and her team go farther each year. And I think, her being a perfectionist, I think this year she actually did that.
I never even thought that I could ever be a candidate for it. I'll probably carry this accomplishment with me by helping others and showing them that if they have a dream, they can achieve it. And people look at me and they say, "Oh, you're 5'3", like how can you play basketball?" But it just proves that you can do anything that you want to.
Her work ethic is unbelievable. She's definitely made me actually want to work harder. And, I think she should be grateful for the things that she's accomplished and happy that, her career ended how it did.
It's bittersweet, having the season end when you're not expecting it to, but I had a great 4 years here, and I just want to thank everyone for supporting me and being there for me.
Sandone was a 4-year starter that had over 1,300 points while shooting just under 40% overall in her career at Cabrini. Eagles All-Star wide receiver Deshaun Jackson was released earlier this week because he allegedly didn't show up for a meeting to renegotiate his contract. Prior to the release, there were rumors that Jackson was being affiliated with gang activity and a recent murder in 2012 that occurred in a business in Southern California. It just so happened to be owned by a member of Jackson's family. There's no definite answer of why Jackson got released, but sources now told ESPN that he has signed a 3-year deal with the Washington Redskins worth $24 million. Why do you think Deshaun Jackson was released by the Eagles? Tweet me your thoughts at Location News. Guess what? The Sixers won. You may think I'm kidding, but I'm serious. After tying the longest losing streak in NBA history at 26 games, the Sixers defeated the Pistons, which was their first win since January 29th. But believe it or not, they still don't have the worst record in the league. That belongs to the Milwaukee Bucks, sitting on a 14-60 record. And that will do it for sports. Tune in next week for National, Philly, and as always, your Cabrini Sports News. And now to Molly for your trip across the nation.
This week, Carolina Black Gross told a CNN reporter that having children be more active in the classroom, like moving around and doing hands-on activities, could help them see better success in the future. By having children sit in classrooms for hours, they get distracted and tired, making the learning experience uninteresting and hard to follow. Carolina looked for a school that did these types of practices and came across Hess Academy in Atlanta that starts and ends the school days on the playground to burn off extra energy before kids enter school and before they leave to go home to their parents. By doing this, the children are getting physical activity and a better learning experience. A New York Times reporter went to the University of Oregon to get more information about a course that graduate students can take that focuses on using film, photography, poetry, and speculative fiction to understand climate change. Professor Lemminger told the New York Times report, "In this sense of climate change is a story to tell itself." And that was your trip across the nation. So Val, what's new with entertainment?
I have news for you about Elton John and the Disney movie Frozen.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Of course I do, so let me tell you more about it. Elton John and partner David Furnish finally will be tying the knot. The 67-year-old singer revealed that they will be getting married in May. Elton John and David Furnish have been in a civil partnership since 2005. John and Furnish said in an interview that they want to make it official now that England made same-sex marriage legal. For all you Disney lovers, I hope you agree with this one. Frozen has become the highest-grossing animated film in history at the box office, announced Walt Disney Studios in a press release this weekend. This heartwarming film earned $1.72 billion worldwide. I must admit, this has to be one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you do. That was your weekly entertainment update. Let's check in with Jenna Rose for your news around the world. Palestinian prisoner Muqdad Salad was released on August 14, 2013, among many other prisoners as part of a deal to restart peace talks with Israel, according to the New York Times. In 1993, Salah killed an Israeli Holocaust survivor with a metal rod. Today, Salah is trying to restart his life. According to him, he wants children and the ability to travel and go places without being scrutinized for his mistakes in life. During his time in prison, he saved over $100,000, paid to prisoners' families. He refurbished his mother's home and gained a new car, just 2 of what he wanted. According to the New York Times, there is still controversy over whether or not the Israelis believe the release of the prisoners is just, while Palestinians consider them heroes. Have you ever wanted to dive 20 feet below sea level? South Korea's sea women do it for a living. Nicknamed the Amazons of Asia, these women spend their days sea diving to harvest their food by hand. They go underwater over 100 times a day to capture sea creatures barehanded or sometimes with a spear, according to the New York Times. But it's no walk in the park. 40 women have already died, and recently less and less women are joining the Sea Women of Korea. The Jeju government is trying to keep their spirits alive by paying for the women's wetsuits and their medical insurance. And the women have lowered the amount of days they go diving to keep their jobs alive. Mother Cabrini High School has kept spirits alive for over 100 years, and sadly it will be closing as of June this year. My fellow group members and I got a chance to speak with Sister Christine Baltus and other student alumni of Mother Cabrini High School.
Mother Cabrini High School aims towards educating the mind, character, heart, and soul of young women throughout the world. The school opens me up and made me more outgoing and made me open my minds up to different experiences, because when I went in I was pretty shy and I was sheltered, so the school really showed me who I wanted to be and how to become that person.
Felt a little bit out of place because everyone bonded really fast, and I'm normally slow when I meet new people. I take my time to get to know people.
I had a great time. I was at Cabrini High School. I'm not going to tell you what years, but I really enjoyed my time there. An all-girls high school. I had just had a ball. Studies were important, and I don't want to downplay that, but the friendships that I made and the fun that we had, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Yes, I play a part in Cabrini High School, and I have for the last several years by serving on the Board of Trustees. I was part of that decision-making to close the school. As a member of the Board of Trustees, I know what the struggle was that we as a board went through over the last 4 or 5 years, because we knew what the financial situation was, and it wasn't getting better.
Affected me really bad because I learned so much in that school. It grew to me, and I just wish I could give back to it and give them the $3 million.
It's honestly devastating because, like they said, I didn't think that would ever happen. The memories that I have there, they're honestly everlasting ones that I'll honestly tell my grandkids one day. And it was kind of sad because, like, the legacy isn't going to continue anymore. I donated to the fundraiser that they were having with the alumni, but we were only able to raise about $100,000, and that was not even like a fraction to what was needed.
I would just say that I'm very proud to have been a part of it. It holds a special place in my heart as well as the hearts of many other people. I think for the most part people had great experiences there, and hopefully women have come out of Mother Cabrini High School who are women for others, women who, following in the footsteps of Mother Cabrini, whatever path their life takes them, that they will be inspired and motivated and continue to carry on some of the good works that she inspired in them.
My favorite moment at Mother Cabrini High School was?
My favorite moment was?
My favorite moment at Cabrini was?
My favorite moment was graduation day. It was very bittersweet, but it just made me think of how much I grew over the 4 years and how much it really did build my character.
I would have to say my senior drum corps review, because it was the last event that we really had that closed off the senior star year.
Meeting all of the wonderful people that I met. If I see them today, or even if I see them like 10 years from now, I will be it just makes me so happy.
Marching in the Yankees parade in 2009, not only was I able to represent my city, I was also able to represent my school.
We are the alumni of Mother Cabrini High School, on location for location.
Thanks for catching up with us this week. For Location Weekly News, I'm Jen Rose DiGiacomo.
And I'm Molly Fox. Be sure to stay updated with us this week by following us on our social media platforms. Simply search Location News. Have a great week, Cabrini.